Our planet is a breathtaking tapestry of interconnected systems, a delicate balance of life and energy that we are only just beginning to comprehend. But what if there were other planes of existence, other frontiers just beyond our perception?
Imagine a laboratory, not of this world, bathed in the electric hum of 1,000 neon lights. This isn't your standard issue science lab with white coats and clipboards. This place is alive.
Wires snake across the floor like bioluminescent vines, and computer screens flicker with cascading lines of incomprehensible code. It is a place built on the very edge of reality, a gateway to something new and profoundly strange.
This is the staging ground for a journey unlike any other, a bold step into a frontier defined not by space, but by consciousness itself.
At the heart of this vibrant chaos pulses the Sonogate, a magnificent and terrifying creation. It's not a door made of wood or steel, but a swirling vortex of light and sound, a shimmering portal that seems to breathe with a life of its own.
It warps the air around it, bending light and casting long dancing shadows that twist into impossible shapes. The energy it emits is palpable, a low thrum you can feel deep in your bones, a song that promises both wonder and peril.
Standing before it, a young scientist named Flora monitors her console, her face illuminated by the portal's hypnotic glow. She represents humanity's endless curiosity, our unyielding drive to look over the next hill, to see what lies beyond the horizon, even when every instinct screams of the dangers that might await.
The energy crackling from the Sonogate is more than just electricity. It's an invitation to a different kind of reality.
It's here that we meet Flora's companions, Olvi and Blank, two figures who defy simple explanation. They are not colleagues in the traditional sense, but fellow travelers prepared to cross this impossible threshold.
The very air in the lab seems to shimmer with surreal energy, causing strange and momentary distortions. One moment, Olvi is speaking in dreamy, fragmented sentences, and the next, their form seems to flicker, briefly morphing into the shape of a vintage microphone.
It's a glitch in the fabric of the world, a sign that the rules we take for granted are beginning to unravel. Even stillness becomes unsettling in this place.
Blank, a figure of few words, stands as a silent observer, yet their presence is just as profound. As the Sonogate pulses with another wave of energy, something bizarre happens. Blank's shadow, cast long and sharp against a nearby wall, begins to fade.
It doesn't shrink or move, it simply dissolves into nothingness, leaving Blank standing without a silhouette, a person untethered from a fundamental law of light.
These are not mere technical malfunctions. They are whispers from the other side, surreal omens from the dream frontier they are about to enter, warning them that the world they are about to explore will not play by the rules of the one they are leaving behind.
The transition is not a violent lurch, but a seamless, instantaneous shift. One moment, the trio is surrounded by the cool, electric hum of the laboratory. The next, they are standing under the warmth of a perfect golden sun.
There is no tunnel, no roar of passage, just a silent replacement of one reality with another. They have stepped through the Sonogate and into its first creation, a world that looks like the very definition of paradise.
The sky is a flawless, brilliant blue, without a single cloud to mar its perfection. The air is clean and still, carrying the faint, sweet scent of freshly cut grass and blooming flowers. It's a scene straight out of a postcard from the perfect suburban life.
The world they've entered is a neighborhood of impossible uniformity. Every house is a pristine white, with a perfectly manicured lawn and a cheerful red door.
The streets are clean, the hedges are trimmed to mathematical precision, and there isn't a single blade of grass out of place. It's a utopia on the surface, a place designed to soothe and comfort.
Yet, there's an immediate sense of artificiality, a feeling that this perfection is manufactured. The sunlight, while bright, doesn't seem to cast natural shadows. It feels more like the brilliant, even lighting of a massive film set.
This isn't a place that grew, it's a place that was constructed. Every detail meticulously planned to create an illusion of peace.
As Flora, Olvi, and Blank step forward, they move in perfect synchronized motion, their footsteps falling in a steady, unified rhythm. It's as if the world itself is imposing a new kind of physics upon them, guiding their movements.
They are no longer just individuals. They are a single unit exploring this new, strange landscape. Walking side by side down the immaculate sidewalk, they pass the inhabitants of this world. Dozens of people, all dressed in identical, simple pajamas.
These figures move with a serene, placid grace, tending to their gardens or staring blankly into the middle distance, their faces devoid of any discernible emotion. They are part of the scenery, as uniform and unsettling as the houses they occupy.
This picturesque scene is the first test, the first puzzle presented by the dream frontier. Is this a sanctuary or is it a cage?
The beauty is undeniable, but it's a sterile, repetitive beauty that lacks the chaotic spark of true life. It's a world scrubbed clean of all imperfection, and in doing so, it seems to have scrubbed away something essential, something human.
The trio, walking in unison through this silent, dreamlike suburbia, are aliens in this land of synthetic perfection. They are the wild variables in a carefully controlled experiment, and the world is watching their every move, waiting to see how they will react to its flawless, unnerving facade.
Every explorer throughout history, whether charting oceans or mapping stars, has relied on their tools. For Flora, her tool is a sleek black tablet, and it's her connection back to the logic and reason of her own world.
As she walks through this eerily perfect neighborhood, she holds the device up, its screen reflecting the synthetic sunlight. The data scrolling across its surface tells a different story than the one her eyes are seeing.
Strange energy signatures, temporal inconsistencies, and waves of psychic residue. The readings are a chaotic jumble of impossibilities. A frown creases her brow, her initial awe giving way to a growing sense of caution.
This place is not what it seems, and her tablet is screaming a silent warning that she cannot ignore. This world is built on a fragile foundation, and soon, the cracks begin to show.
The first sign is subtle. The perfect golden sunlight flickers for just a millisecond, like a faulty fluorescent bulb. Then comes the sound.
The gentle ambient noise of the neighborhood, the non-existent breeze, the distant cheerful birdsong, suddenly stutters. The audio seems to skip like a scratched record, a brief jarring loop of sound that repeats before correcting itself.
These are not natural phenomena. They are glitches, technical errors in the code of this reality. The perfect illusion is beginning to fray at the edges, revealing the artificial nature of the simulation they have entered.
The environmental glitches have a profound effect on Olvi. As the world stutters, so does Olvi's connection to it. Their movements, once dreamy and fluid, become stiff and robotic. The whimsical, strange cadence of their speech vanishes, replaced by a monotone synthetic hum.
Then in the middle of the sidewalk, Olvi simply freezes, becoming as motionless and still as a mannequin. It's a terrifying transformation, as if the world's operating system has crashed and taken Olvi with it.
Blank places a hand on Olvi's shoulder, a rare gesture of connection, but there is no response. Olvi has become just another prop in this unsettling diorama, a prisoner of the dream's failing code.
This is the true nature of the dream frontier. It's not just a place, it's a system, and a flawed one at that. The eerie, synthwave vibe that permeated the lab has followed them here, now forming the very atmosphere of this world.
The flickering lights and stuttering sounds are the rhythm of this place, a dreamlike beat that underscores the constant threat of collapse. Flora looks from her glitching tablet to her frozen companion, a stark realization dawning on her.
They are not just observing this world, they are inside it, subject to its rules and its errors. The mystery has deepened, and the sense of danger has become terrifyingly real.
The journey into the unknown is always a journey into the self. When the world around you stops making sense, you're forced to rely on your own instincts, your own courage.
For Flora, Olvi, and Blank, this simulated neighborhood has become a landscape of psychological warfare. The initial beauty has peeled back to reveal a deeply unsettling and unstable reality.
The glitches are no longer just occasional flickers. They are becoming more frequent, more aggressive. A row of perfect houses momentarily dissolves into a mess of pixelated static.
The faces of the pajama-clad residents briefly lose their features, becoming smooth, blank surfaces. The world is actively falling apart around them.
This fractured reality demands a reaction. Flora, the scientist, desperately tries to find a logical solution. Her tablet is her anchor, but even it is struggling to keep up with the cascading system failures.
The data streams are now just cryptographic noise, the device itself overheating in her hands.
Blank, the quiet observer, remains preternaturally calm, their gaze sweeping across the glitching scenery as if searching for a pattern in the chaos, a source code for the breakdown.
And Olvi, still frozen, represents the ultimate vulnerability. What happens when the dreamer becomes trapped within the dream? Their varied reactions highlight the fundamental challenge. How do you fight a world where the laws of physics are merely suggestions?
the atmosphere is thick with a unique kind of dread. It's not the fear of a physical monster, but the existential horror of being in a place that is fundamentally wrong.
The synthwave soundtrack of their journey continues, its steady pulsing rhythm now a counterpoint to the visual and auditory chaos. It creates a surreal, dreamlike state where immense danger is wrapped in a strangely beautiful, neon-tinged aesthetic.
This isn't just a mission anymore, it's a struggle for cognitive survival. The trio must navigate a world that is constantly rewriting its own rules, a place where the ground beneath their feet could dissolve into nothingness at any moment.
Their shared experience in this bizarre, collapsing world forges a silent, powerful bond between them. They are the only real things in a universe of illusions.
As the sky flickers between perfect blue and a terrifying digital void, they stand together, a small island of bewildered humanity in an ocean of unraveling code.
The first chapter of their journey into the dream frontier has thrown them into the deep end, testing their perceptions, their sanity, and their trust in one another. They have crossed the threshold, survived the initial shock, and now face the true test, finding a way forward before the simulation and perhaps they themselves crash for good.